level of accomplishment and what you've been able to do. It's been amazing. And now the GOAT of GOATs just retired. Talk about what that felt like, and then talk about where are things going.
The future is bright. I'm going to say that before I get it. The future is bright for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Okay.
But I want to say this. The speech that he gave us before the game, chills down my spine. I heard the speech all the way up until the second quarter of the game. I'm like, yeah, we ready, we pumped, we juiced. It was like 30 seconds, but it was the most profound stuff I ever heard.
Wow.
Pulled up, made my appearance. You can't sit with us without clearance. That lame shit, never let it near us. And your girl will choose my team cause you still living with your parents. Flexing on the gram with your paycheck. Stop showing off them bills you ain't paid yet. Couture 101, this ain't made yet. My gang never playing like we came off the same jet. I'ma need a section cause we tryna make...
What's up, everybody? LaVar Arrington here. I'm excited right now, man. I got my man Will Gholston, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's a Super Bowl champ, but he's also a champ in life, man. And speaking of being a champ in life, you are in Up On Game presents Conversations with a Legend, and let's get to it.
How you doing? Thanks for inviting me.
How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. It's actually pretty much fun being able to talk about video games.
Is your favorite movie The Color Purple?
No, it's one of the favorites.
Tell me why you like The Color Purple.
Well, as a kid, growing up in the crib, it's something that I watched at every single one of my aunties and uncles' house, including my own.
It's so fun.
Man,
yeah, I get it.
It's ingrained.
I get it.
Yeah.
Did you learn any interesting, crucial, critical lessons off of The Color Purple? Maybe that Oprah she wasn't gonna let nobody beat her.
And don't shave. Don't
shave.
let nobody else shave.
Don't let nobody shave you.
Yeah.
Like, that she was ready to hit him.
Yeah.
Nettie was about to hit Mister up with
easily.
Suge Avery had to bail him out.
Yeah. So
that's what you learned. Don't let that razor get too sharp. Okay. All right. I like this. I like this. Will is very, very witty, and he's very bright. Clearly, we were ad-libbing right there. But here's not ad-libbing. Let's go down a real lane. You're representing Crucial Catch. It represents, obviously, the fight against cancer. You have a interesting story connected to the sickness and the ailment. Tell us about your connection to it and why this is such an important campaign for you to be a part of.
Well, the campaign, for me, brings awareness and brings light to some people who don't, or people in our community, to be honest with you, who don't necessarily go out and get screened, get checked. And I started working with him because my father passed away, but we found out he had cancer at stage 4. So if we did screen, if we did check, if we did do all the things that they give you the possibilities to do, I feel like he'll still be here with us. One, my mother had it. She fought it. It went into remission a couple of times, came back. My uncle had it. He fought it as well. So, but the only person who didn't have that awareness is my dad. Was one of those stay true, the doctor's not going to help you type of guy. So, if we had these tools and facilities, I think he'll still be here today.
Man, and that's profound because sometimes an ounce of prevention goes such a long way. So I like where you're coming from. I like where your head is at. So ultimately, with this campaign, bringing the awareness, what exactly is it? Is it get out? Are we trying to open up more facilities? What's your directive? Is it just the surface of get out there and get screened?
That's for me, yes, because that's where you got to start. I feel like before we can dive any deeper, you have to be able to be willing to go out there and get screened. You got to be able to hear the message, and I feel like with the platform that we have as NFL guys, you can get that message across because I might not reach someone who's of an older generation, but I can reach the people who are younger than me, the children, when they grow up, like, all right, I remember when Will said, I should get checked, I should get screened, I'm having these feelings, this is what's going on with me. My mom had it, my dad had it, aunties, uncles.
Yeah.
So get that surface level of knowledge, get them ready and prepared to dive into it, and then they can go cancer.org/American Society, check out, get the rest of the information.
You heard that? Cancer.org.
Oh, you mind if I pull my paper out to get? I want to be exact because I don't want to, let me.
This is for you. This conversation is for you.
So cancer.org/Catch.
There you go.
Then you can get the more specific into exactly what we're trying to
do. You're bright.
Thank you.
How did you end up at Michigan State and not at Penn State?
Hey,
I mean that doesn't fall in line with what I'm hearing you talk to me about. Like, you sound like a Penn Stater, but you went to Michigan State. Like, I need to talk to Spice Adams about this and find out how we allowed you to go to East Lansing and instead of coming to State College, Pennsylvania. How did this happen?
I gotta be honest with you. So my original choice wasn't Michigan State. I was either going to go to USC or Alabama.
Okay.
But my grandma had gotten sick.
Okay. And you're from Detroit?
Born and raised in Detroit. My grandma got sick. I said, man, it's either Michigan or Michigan State because it's
close to
home.
That's the
OG, yeah. And Michigan State just had that atmosphere of love and compassion everywhere. Like, Michigan was a business type school, like, suit and tie, and that I wasn't mature enough for that. Mm-hmm. So I went to Michigan State. They helped me become a man, all of those things. Got drafted, and that's all she wrote.
That isn't all she wrote, because you are now a Super Bowl champion as well. Talk to me, what was that like playing with the guys that you played with, there? I mean, the level of accomplishment and what you've been able to do, it's been amazing. And now the GOAT of GOATs just retired. Talk about what that felt like, and then talk about where are things going.
The future is bright. I'm going to say that before I get it. The future is bright for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Okay.
But I want to say this. The speech that he gave us before the game, chills down my spine. I heard the speech all the way up until the second quarter of the game. I'm like, yeah, we ready, we pumped, we juiced. It was like 30 seconds, but it was the most profound stuff I ever heard.
Wow.
In the game itself, it was...
Yeah, why y'all lose then?
The Super Bowl?
Oh, the Super Bowl. That's
the Super Bowl.
Okay, why was I thinking about his last game? I thought you gave him the last game. He gave you the last game speech. But no, bring me back to the Super Bowl. Now it makes more sense. Okay, it makes more sense. It was the Super Bowl. I'm sorry, man. Let's come to the win. Back to the Super Bowl. Yeah. The stage is set. You guys are playing against the Kansas City Chiefs, who are in the Super Bowl again this year. And he gave y'all a 30-second speech, and y'all went out. I mean, because defense is what was the difference in the game. Let's be clear.
Offense win game, defense win championships, man.
Y'all was thugging and bugging out there that day.
And it was magical. It was magical.
I'll never know what that feels like. Never won a Super Bowl. Never even been close to a Super Bowl. Just played.
But you are one of the greatest of the greats.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that, but not great enough. Clearly, we weren't great enough for me to experience that. Okay, so you said the future is great. Mm-hmm. And I fast forwarded to the future and was like, okay, what was the last? In my mind, I created what was the last
speech. What have you done for me lately?
Yeah. Jeez. What was the last speech the GOAT gave y'all? And why y'all lose after he gave y'all that speech, man?
How can I say why did we lose? We didn't capitalize on our opportunities, man.
Dallas looked like they just, was ready for the game, and Tampa Bay looked like, I don't know. You tell me. I don't want to comment on it because you would know better than I would.
To give you the most realistic and professional answer.
Yes.
That's what I have to.
Yes.
We didn't capitalize on our opportunities. We had times to make a play.
Okay.
They made their plays.
Yep.
They did come out with some
third
hunger.
downs.
They did come out with some hunger, and they capitalized. Okay. That's the only way you can say it. When you watch the film, the X's and O's, as I know our defensive scheme, we're minimum on mental errors, but when it came to making this opportunity to do this, it just didn't happen. I think we could have had quite a few turnovers. We just didn't get them.
Yeah. Okay. I can accept that. I really can accept that. Okay. Now you represent awareness for cancer. You're Super Bowl champ. Clearly respect your family and honor your family because you stayed close to home to go to college. what does Will Gholston ultimately want his legacy to be when it's all said and done?
I think about that a lot, actually.
Good.
So I have 3 little boys that's followed in my footsteps.
Okay.
At the end of the day, I want it to be positive enough for them that my legacy will be their foundation. All right, this is what Dad did.
Stand on these shoulders.
Exactly. Just Dad did this. He was a great man in the sport, great man outside the sport. He was respectful to everybody that gave him respect and tried to give everybody else respect as well. I want them to look back at me and say, man, my dad was amazing. That's it. I don't care what I do, how I do it, as long as they can look me in the eyes when I'm laying there old and not as big as I am right now, and they say, man, you were an amazing man, and thank you. That's all I want.
That's awesome. I wish you luck.
Thank you.
I wish you. I mean, you already got a Super Bowl, so I guess no. but truly, I wish Will luck, and I want you to have continued success. You know, I wonder what it's like to win a Super Bowl. Okay, I went back to that.
Green, baby.
I went back
green.
to go green. Hey, Plexico. I got one of your Sparties with you. Sparta. This is Sparta, and this is Conversations with a Legend Up On Game presents, sponsored by PACE-O-MATIC. We appreciate my man Will coming on. If you want to see and hear the entire interview, make sure you go to Up On Game presents. Yeah, and you'll be able to subscribe and hear all of the shows that we've done with all of the amazing athletes that I've been able to, and legends, athletes, former athletes. Will is current. Pretty cool. Make sure you check out Up On Game Presents so that you can catch all of that content. Until next time, we'll check you out on LaVar Arrington. That's Will. Big Will, we call him.
Yeah.
Big ill Will. You know what I mean? Ill Will. Check you out.
Trying to do what we do. I know I'ma make it cause I need to. Feeling like Sean, I'm the Don. She do.